They're putting up threes, good threes, but they were also, their pace was incredible. They were getting it down the floor into their offense, and that has a tendency to speed the other team up a little bit.
The weak side was there to help too. They clogged that up.
So Andrew Wiggins, who was so good defensively a year ago, and that's how you contest shots against McCollum. He's had the multiple leg issue, injuries, missed a ton of games.
He makes a big difference for them on both sides. He's a presence.
Nurkic right down the lane.
A really dynamic scorer, and he can shoot as well, so he gives you another threat offensively, and he's a solid defender.
McCollum off back iron. Curry with the rebound in motion. The elites are working, but Chris able to keep it alive. McCollum. That guy's open for threes, and Covington fouled on the dunk attempt.
He's got a running start.
He's more than just a stand in the corner shooter.
He's such a smart player, never in a rush, can make great decisions. He's a really good passer.
McCollum, and that in. The CJ McCollum story is interesting. Out of that power, Davidson answers in his own right. Steve Kerr's not going to want to see that. So Curry, Andre Iguodala, Damian Lee, Bielitsa, and Otto Porter Jr. CJ McCollum lasering in a three. The preseason for Stephen is more just being healthy, which he is, and then which combos and which different players. McCollum without Lillard tonight is really rolling early.
He's got a nice rhythm, no surprise.
And even LeBron doesn't seem like he's slowed down.
Are you saying he can play to Tom Brady kind of numbers?
I'm not.
What you're saying?
I put nothing past Steph Curry. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to. I put nothing past Steph Curry. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
He takes care of his body.
You know, just a real brief comment on that. I played in a golf tournament earlier this summer with Steph.
I put nothing past Steph Curry. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
He takes care of his body.
You know, just a real brief comment on that. I played in a golf tournament earlier this summer with Steph.
Sent Marquise Chris away. Jordan Poole got a little too nifty there behind the back, and Ellaby headed back the other way. So that's live ball turnovers. Those are the runbacks, Kalena, that really hurt your defense.
Yes, I mean, we're lucky to be in the Bay Area where we have such high vaccination rates, and I think this is one of the safest arenas you can go to in the world.
Yeah. The Warrior franchise record is 54 attempts in a game. They're averaging 55 threes in the preseason per game. Averaging 55.
See how Nurkic is a presence down there. He's got some pretty good timing with the blocks.
Portland has all the offensive firepower you'd ever want. But can they slow somebody down? Portland's been a playoff team 8 straight years. Now, they had one losing record, 35 and 39. That was the bubble year. They made the playoffs. The pass knocked away. Looney saw it the whole way.
Knocking down threes from the hash. Crazy.
Steph's got a dozen, but CJ McCollum's barking as he hits that fadeaway. Push ahead to Wiggins. And he will be fouled, but keeping an eye on Curry. But otherwise, ankle-wise, had a good year. Covington hitting the three. That's the ultimate 3-and-D. Rocco, Robert Covington.
But he forces you to because of his incredible moves.
6-second game shot clock difference. McCollum tries to answer, rattles that out.
The NBA Finals highlights and analysis, plus all of these preseason highlights are coming up after this. But take it away, guys.
Play without Clay and play without Wiseman. You're going to need this building to be hopping a little bit. McCollum and Nurkic with Dennis Smith Jr., Covington and Norman Powell, and Nurkic scoring inside. He's got 9. And McCollum is the head of the Players Association, replacing Chris Paul.
Does a great job.
He really does. Scoring inside. So CJ McCollum is such an intriguing, fun player to watch.
If you got a spin move in your game, you can be lethal. He is that.
Draymond rimming that out. That's where defense is really like, You know, then you throw in Porter and Bielitsa.
All the shooters they got.
And then Iguodala's like Draymond, another ball mover. Curry! Foul! Shooting the three. And an opportunity for a 4-point play. Unless you're like an Andre Iguodala type, you're going to get that whistle.
You're coming over from the weak side. You're going to use your feet and your hands.
Back iron. Draymond the rebound. Becomes the big issue.
I actually got to talk to Nurkic when he was in Denver. I lived there. And we went out one night with he and Danilo Gallinari, and that's when he wasn't playing, but he kept a good attitude. I'd like to think I'd be a nice person, but who
unfailingly nice. McCollum with that three.
He's just bamboozling people right now. Instead of coming off the split action like he normally would, go back door. They can't find him.
Wiggins, just that extra effort. 34 points, 7 rebounds. Won't be leaving McCollum. The Warriors fortunate there. McLemore finding McCollum. CJ McCollum's fun to watch.